yours.
Thank you so much. All right, so my name is Mayar, and I was part of the inaugural competition last year under the category of Healthy Marine Life, and it was for our project called the Sea Hive. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be sharing my screen and discussing a little bit about our project and some of the opportunities that we've gotten through it. So the critical problem that our project approached was the decline and importance of aquaculture in Atlantic Canada, and more specifically, the Atlantic Canadian diet and economy. So as climate change worsens from day to day, it's causing extreme seafood contamination and biofouling, and therefore the communities, specifically in Atlantic Canada and Nova Scotia, they decrease in accessibility to healthy seafood. And that is why we decided to approach the issue. And it was through the concept of a micro ecosystem and multi-trophic aquaculture. So I've just thrown two big words, so I'm just going to break them down a little bit now. So multi-trophic aquaculture today is gaining recognition through its approach of tackling climate change in a passive and environmentally friendly way. And our project, which is a micro ecosystem, does that by consisting of two controlled environments, one where we have mussels and another side where we have mussels and seaweed or kelp. And after tweaking the water exchange rates in the box within the side of the kelp and the side without, we were able to see how balancing that proved an environment of higher water quality compared to the outside of the box or the exterior water. And like any other science experiment, you need to prove that through results. So what we did was we conducted numerous water quality testing, and that was through water test strips where we measured different things such as CO2 levels, dissolved oxygen levels, alkalinity, nitrate levels, nitrite levels, and many other things as such. And we also used Pasco probes like pH sensors and refractometers to see what salts were in our sea hive water as well as the exterior water. So I'm going to just play a short video of us deploying our sea hive. And if you're from Atlantic Canada, you would know that the Halifax Harbor, which is where we deployed it, is not the cleanest source of water in Canada. So our whole goal was to see if it worked here, then it would work anywhere practically, because the Halifax Harbor is pretty gross. So yeah, that's where we deployed it, and it was deployed for, I would say, about 4 months. And now I'm just going to discuss some of the data we've gotten. So we saw that there was a positive effect on water quality with the side that contained the mussels and the seaweed. And we measured that through the CO2 levels that we saw were much less when we had the kelp in there, and that meant that our water was more basic in pH. And we also saw through our spectrometer testing that there was a difference in our absorption spectrums, and that just meant that there was existing particles in each different varying environment. So now, just like any other experiment, we also wanted to see what future developments we could tackle, and I'm very happy to say that even though the conference was over and the competition is done, we continued to conduct our project in our sea hive and see what we can do. So one of the future goals that we wanted to tackle that we haven't had the chance to do was find facilities where we can test heavy metals in our samples, and that is still in the works. It's a bit difficult to do, but yeah, we're hoping that could be done soon. And then another really ambitious goal is to see if we can get international outreach initiatives done, where we'd be sending our sea hive to varying parts of the world. We would be deploying it in different water conditions and getting more youth involved within different parts of the world on our project, and overall just commercializing the sea hive. And now we can discuss some recognitions that my group and I received. So after our project, we were contacted by CBC News, where they wrote an article about our project and about the Brilliant Blue Challenge, and I just put the headline there. But that was a really cool experience, and it was really cool. We got to be at the headquarters here in Halifax, and we got to be recorded live, and we talked with Omar as well on live broadcast, and it was a really cool experience. And then we also had this morning a representative from Cook Aqua discuss what Cook Aquaculture is and what they do. So they did offer me an internship this past summer, and it was a really cool opportunity for me to be able to connect with like-minded individuals and gain information from people that know what they're doing and be able to implement that and like that new information to my group and enhance our project. And the last recognition that my group and I are very proud of was we won an Ingenuous Plus scholarship for climate change and environment category. And that scholarship will be put towards enhancing our project. And we also had, in the bottom picture on the right, we had the chance of meeting the Lieutenant Governor of Nova Scotia, and he acknowledged our contributions, and it was a really cool opportunity. And it was really cool just seeing how the community really worked hand in hand in bringing just 3 young girls' ambitions to life. And it was very impactful, I would say, to all 3 of us. And that's it. I just wanted to say thank you to the Brilliant Labs team, who this year were also able to offer me an internship in being to help the conference and being able to learn from all of them, particularly Omar. And I also want to thank Dana Sweeney, who was my teacher advisor last year in the competition. But although I'm not a student anymore, he still reaches out and continues to show his support, which is super appreciated. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you so much, Mayar.
Yeah.
I think there's a question in the chat. Where do you see this project in 5 years? How do you plan to implement this globally? Which continents are you aiming to implement your solution?
Okay, so where I see the project in 5 years, so all 3 of us are thrown in different parts of Canada. So one of us is in British Columbia, I'm still here located in Nova Scotia, and then another one of us is in Ontario. So it's a bit hard to get in touch, but whenever they're down, we're always working on the project. So I would say in 5 years, I really do see the future goals being established. I really do see that we could make it commercialized and get some global recognition. And then where would I implement it globally? I think we've discussed New Zealand before. So Australia, New Zealand, obviously Europe, that would be a really cool experience. But anywhere that would provide different water conditions so we can see what the results are and how they differ. And then African uses, how will you hit the African continent? I am North African, so I think I could get some connections there and employ it down there as well. And yeah.
Well, I think the project speaks for itself, so whoever needs it will want it.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much, Mayar. This is really exciting. I'm so happy to hear to have you back here, and then second off to hear of all the opportunities that you have come across since we last saw you here. And I hope to see even more alumni join us and grow our community. Thank you so much for your time and your presentation.
Yep. Thank you.
And for your passion for saving our oceans.
Yep, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, Jeff, I believe we have, well, Jeff says, and thank you for being awesome.
Thank you.
I believe we have